Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kurmi Roadshow. Today, we are going to talk about Zoom. This session, Zoom through your Zoom provisioning, we have two sessions. One is today, one is tomorrow. So if you think it's interesting, then you want to recommend to your colleagues or partners, you have the second session for Americas tomorrow. So I'm Tian from Kurmi. I'm technical account manager at Kurmi since more than 5 years now. Today I'm joined by Kwong. Kwong, can you give a few words about you and your role in Kurmi?
Sure. Thank you for having me today, Tian. The name is Quang. I'm the product manager at Kurmi, and I have been working on the Zoom integration for the last year, and happy to be on the show.
I'm happy to have you to do too. So let's start. A quick overview of the agenda, what we're going to cover. For those who doesn't know Kurmi, we're going to talk about Kurmi quickly, who we are, and then we're going to dive into the Zoom expansion and the market trends, and of course, how Kurmi could help our partners and the customers with its single pane of glass. We are going to show some use cases with demos of our products, and we'll end up with a Q&A session. So during the presentation, feel free to use the question panel to leave your questions, and we're going to go through all together just before the end of the session. So let's start. Kurmi, who we are. Kurmi is the management portal that has been existed in the market since 2011. So it has been more than 13 years that we are on the market. Our headquarter office is in France, but we have global presence in North America and over different regions and countries in EMEA. So our customers are global companies all over the world, and our product and our solution could help a large enterprise, but not only because we can also help the managed services providers over the world. Because of thanks to our multiple vendor integration that we're going to talk about it later. We can also provide a customizable, flexible configuration to fit your automation needs to help you increase the efficiency, simplify the management of unified communications. Yes, today we are going to talk about Zoom. Kwong, can you tell us a little bit about Zoom's market share today?
Sure. So as you say, being in the industry for so long, so we had the opportunity to work with a variety of enterprise and then MSP, and then we already saw the growth of Zoom pre-2020. But then it's really during the pandemic that Zoom gained the traction that they still have today, and that traction to the point that everyone keep using the word Zoom instead of video calling, and that traction didn't stop at the end of the pandemic. In fact, last November, they announced a growth of 5.8% of year-over-year enterprise revenue growth, which is really impressive. And if you dig into their website, then you can really see that 71% of the Fortune 500 companies relies on Zoom for their internal communication.
Yeah, it's a significant number. It means actually more than 350 companies, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It's really impressive indeed. So that resonates with what we hear. This is aligned with what we hear. We keep hearing back from our customer, from our partner, and from the prospect, the topic about Zoom. And I think Zoom, they already doubled down on the investment on AI. Everyone know about that, but they are also busy develop their own partnership network. And the last April, so they announced the partnership with Avaya, and this is aimed to bring out the best of both worlds. On one hand, the employee can leverage the Avaya Aura device to join the Zoom meeting with one click. Isn't that great? And on the other hand, the enterprise get to like really keep the investment there in the Avaya legacy devices, which is great for them. And Zoom was always about innovation and AI, and now the user on a day-to-day basis can really have a seamless collaboration and synergy between the two systems and profit of the new Zoom AI companion for their workflow.
Yeah, so it's a great announcement, but what does it mean in terms of provisioning?
Yeah, I mean, it will always be a question of value and cost. On the value side, the company get to enable the hybrid workflow, so they can provide whichever tools that is suitable for their collaborator, for the teams, empower the collaboration, and then streamline their internal process. And while doing that, they can manage the cost and keep the cost down while retaining their investment on the legacy device on Avaya, and really allow their employee to get to use the new feature of collaboration on the Zoom platform. And on the other hand, you have the challenge, of course. The first one would be the complexity, like the complexity to really implement projects, complexity to operation on a day-to-day basis. And when you have cloud system and then you have on-premise solution, sometimes systems don't really integrate or play well with each other, and it could create a time-consuming issue to manage, and without any possibility to do automation, and this can really put a stress on your IT team.
Yeah, and this is where Kurmi comes in, I think.
Of course.
So let's talk about a little bit Kurmi. So how Kurmi could fit in this complex environment. So first, we provide the centralized management platform for multiple solutions, including Zoom and Avaya and also other UC ecosystems. So IT admins, they don't need to face two different technologies. They need to learn, be trained, and use different portals from these different vendors. And in addition to that, Kurmi provide automations on MACDs, move and change delays, so all the daily management. We provide also the simplify number management. So you don't need to keep the spreadsheets, which is not always up to date and the source of errors. Of course, there is an easy bug provisioning method on Kurmi. So either you can do it through interface or via CSV file. You're going to see that in the demo part as well. And IT admins, as they are overwhelmed with all the multiple solutions, different technologies, they can also use the leverage Kurmi to delegate simple tasks to local admins. And local admins could use the interface, but have only the access to his local resources, and don't need to worry about what they cannot do or what they don't need to manage. So it's the delegation with a secure it's a secure delegation, and of course we can also help on the UC migrations. So from one solution to another, or move the from the legacy system to Zoom, or having this hybrid configuration together with Avaya. So these are the main features that you have in Kurmi. If we do a focus on the Zoom and Avaya, what are the benefits with Kurmi? So first, you will have an easy directory synchronization. So when it comes to the complex and different solutions environments, you have to have the single source of information, single source of information. So where you have to integrate easily with the directory to make sure that when you onboard user, when you manage the daily management, you have the accurate data, and it will be automatically provisioned and configured on both Zoom and Avaya systems. So this is important to increase the efficiency. And secondly, of course, the security is enhanced with Kurmi, because again, we have already talked about the delegation. Here, it's more important in the multi-vendor environment is that you have to be sure that every employee and every administrators, they can only see and they can only do what they need to do. So giving them the minimum rights and against the internal standards and the policies to be sure that there is no errors or any accidents that could be made. And last, the Kurmi is future proofing, because in addition to all the major vendors that we support, we also have a highly integratable capability to work with your third-party applications or any ticketing tool like a ServiceNow to make the provisioning workflow the zero-touch provisioning workflow, and to be sure that when your UC ecosystem evolves, you are ready with one single platform to be able to manage all of them. So it's a future-proofed and it's flexible to be able to adapt to your needs. I think we have done a lot of talkings, so let's do some show you some real use cases with the product demo. Kwang, do you want to take this one?
Much obliged. So the first use case that I would like to demonstrate today is like the most basic one when it comes to provisioning solutions. Provisioning a new user. Like imagine that you have a new employee that onboard a company today, and then you have to create a Zoom account for him, and then you have to assign a phone number for that employee as well, so that he can call his collaborator. We have, of course, two ways to do that, with and without Kurmi. And without Kurmi, you can, as an administrator, you can go into the Zoom admin portal, jump through 3 forms with more or less 20 clicks, fill all the information manually, and then you have to know what kind of information you need to fill in. And there's no like really standard well-controlled delegation, so that you can delegate these kind of task to anyone else. Whereas with Kurmi, you have the one-step provisioning on our single portal, and with an automatic synchronization to the on-prem Active Directory of the company. And it is quite simple, to the point that you can securely delegate these tasks to a non-technical employee. I will show you guys right away how that provisioning is done in Zoom admin portal. So as you can see, I have the add user windows here, and I can come in and right away fill in the information I need to onboard my employee, the email, the license, the department where the employee belong to, and of course an initial password so that he can log into his account. And well, that's it. And the account it creates, but it's not done. Then to assign a phone number for this employee, you need to go into the phone system management, into the users in room, try to find out about my just newly created employee, assign a package, which means calling license in the Zoom language. And only by then you can assign a phone number to this particular employee. And you can see that you can have drop down to in Zoom to actually go through the list of phone number on per country as well. So that is the flow for Zoom, but how would it look like in the Kurmi solution? I will show it to you right away. Now I'm at the landing page of Kurmi, and then I can go into the Active Directory list. So this is the list of all the employee that you have synchronized from the on-prem Active Directory into Kurmi. And there's the heavy lifting of like manual input, and you can have all the information regarding the employee, so first name, last name, email, and everything. And now with the Kurmi package, you can just select the appropriate package, which is Zoom. The employee get his directory number assigned. You already have the calling plan. You already have the line activate. And here you have the phone number, which is assigned automatically as well. And if you're not happy with that, then you can choose another one with Kurmi dial plan. And finally, that's all the information you need to do to fill in, and then click on apply. The employee gets create in Zoom correctly. And last but not least, we at Kurmi have the capability to roll back any change at any moment. So what you are seeing on the screen is a ticket that show all the information of the employee on the changes that have been made for the last few seconds. And if there's anything that needs to be undone, it can be just a click away right here. And that is the provisioning for the user. Tian, I let you handle the provisioning for a new meeting room, for example.
Sorry. So yes, I'm going to present the second use case, which is this Zoom space creation. So imagine that the in the company that you want to maybe there's a new site that has been created, and the IT admins, they will face the requirement to bulk provision Zoom spaces for this new site. And again, you have two ways, either without Kurmi or with Kurmi. Without Kurmi is with the Zoom native portal, you will have to manually type the name or the settings, or you can use a spreadsheet. Of course, you have to make sure that the data is accurate, there is no error before uploading to the tool. And with Kurmi, what's different is that instead of manual typing, you can set up the business rules. For example, you can make a naming convention automatically, and you can have the settings for these Zoom spaces based on the user, based on the location. And Kurmi could work with the CSV file, but not only you can import this CSV file into the interface and see the contents and do real-time changes. So now let's play the demos. So first, without Kurmi. So you have to log into Zoom and go to the Zoom room page, choose the type, and give manually the name of this room. Choose the location of this room and save the settings. You can save and add another directly from the same button. But here again, you have to type manually the name, choose the settings that you want to set up, and then you finish. So this is how you can do without Kurmi. And with Kurmi, again, you're going to have the interface and go to the Zoom space management creation form. You can see that when you choose the location, you will have automatically the settings already checked. And these are the business rules that you have predefined. What's more, you can use this button to have a table view. So in this table view, you can download export the templates, work on this template to provide all the spaces that you want to create, and re-import into the interface, into the application. Here, for example, you can see that there is a list of 4 spaces that has been added into the file. And Kurmi can do this pre-check, and you can perform some real-time change to make sure that all the parameters have been imported correctly and set up correctly. You can also do the mass change by setting up the parameter together. Once you have all the parameters and you have all these green checks, you can just submit the request, and Kurmi is going to process as a job. This is a running job, creating all the spaces that has been imported. When the task has finished, you can see all the spaces created in Kurmi, and you can of course find them also on Zoom portal. So that was the use cases of bug provisioning of Zoom spaces. So the use case about hybrid management. Kwong, do you want to? I give you the floor.
Of course, thank you. So I will pick up from the previous use case about user provisioning, and also this is combined with to showcase what we talked about earlier about the Avaya and Zoom partnership. So let's say for my employee, I don't want her to be like 100% on Zoom anymore, like using the Zoom collaboration tool and using the Zoom phone. I want to have her onboarded on the Zoom collaboration with the Avaya telephony. So what should I do? Without Kurmi, I need to go into the Avaya administration portal as well, and then into the Zoom administration portal, create the different account configuration, and I will need to have like knowledge on multiple system with that's without the full chance to get everything automated and save time on that. But with Kurmi, we can simplify the administration. Like we have the single pane of glass mindset, so that we can centralize the management into one portal to ensure a smooth transition between like the 100% system on one vendor to a hybrid environment. And it's not limited, as you can see, it's not limited to Zoom Avaya, but it can be combined as Zoom and Microsoft as well. Let me show how it should happen. Let's say I'm in the Kurmi page again. Then I'm looking for my employee who, as you can see on the screen, is already using the Zoom collaboration tools. She has the Zoom user service activated for her right here. And I can scroll down and decide to get her on Avaya and Zoom. And as soon as I select the correct package, and everything is filled in from the configuration for the Avaya, the internal number, even the device model. And yeah, very well, I can change the internal number if I want to. And I can ensure that this transition will happen like immediately. I can schedule it for later. And once I confirm that every information is correct, then just clicking on apply, and then you can see the employee is have all the service she needs to continue the work on both Zoom and Avaya. And I see the time running, so maybe we can try to wrap this up, right, Tian?
Yes, thank you for the demo of these use cases. I hope that the use cases that we just show you through the demos can give you a good idea of how Kurmi could help you with its single pane of glass. So the automation that we can provide to the IT admins, it could save a lot of time, and saving time means decrease the cost. So, and of course, also by delegating to the local admins, the zero-touch provisioning, we can reduce the human errors that you can easily imagine, which is normal. And in the end, we're going to empower the IT admins by offloading his workload, by letting them be more concentrate on the valuable work and not the competitive user daily provisioning. So these are the main benefits that Kurmi could bring you. I hope you have enjoyed the presentation. And now we're going to look at a few questions that we got on the question panel. So if you still need to ask questions, it's still time. We have a couple of them. Maybe I can start the first one, Kwong, and you can. Yeah, I will read the question and you can answer it.
Sure.
Just to clarify, if my organization has Zoom and Cisco Co-Manager, does Kurmi manage that combination as well?
Sure, we can. So as you can see, what we demo with Avaya, we can combine what we call Kurmi package. We can create a package dedicated to the use case of having Zoom, for example, as a collaboration tool, and then the co-manager as to handle the telephony part as well.
Okay. There's another question. Is Kurmi available on Prime or as a service?
Both. So we are available. We have our solution on-prem historically, and we also have the cloud service, what we call CaaS, Kurmi as a service.
Yeah, so it's available on both of them because it's the same application. Another question: Are the Zoom management capabilities you demoed available in any version of Kurmi?
So the capability of the demo that you have just seen during our webinar today is available from Kurmi version 7.12. And we will keep rolling out minor change and maybe a new feature in the future as well.
Okay, and what about the future, Kwong?
So right now we have rolled out the first version. So what we want to see is like how to gauge the feedback, and then reception of the customer regarding this version. We had the backlog ready to continue, but then we need to have more feedback to really have to prioritize what we need to address or target first. But it will be on the telephony side of Zoom.
Okay, I think we have another question just to come up. It's from David. I see that you added an Avaya user. How can you modify that user when adding it to the system manager? Just adding the SIP user is just a single small step in the Avaya environment. So the question is about updating the user that has already been created. If this, yeah, I think if it's the modification, then it's not a problem. We can also modify the user, but maybe I miss are you providing? Okay, no, other partners can be modified during. Yes, okay, okay. So what David wants to know is that actually, what are other parameters that can be modified during the user creation? So yes, actually, indeed, during the demo, we have hidden a lot of fields to make the creation more smoother, but actually we can manage all the fields. You can find every parameter that you have at the user creation. We are just hiding it at the creation, and it's a choice of the customer. You can choose to put a default value so that the field will not be displayed, or you can show the field with the list of choice. So if you want to have the whole list of parameters that we can manage on users, then maybe we can contact you after this session to give you more details. And I see another question. Is it an online tool or a software that we download and install in our UC environment? Okay. So both, we can do both. We have Kurmi as a service, which is the cloud version, and we also have on-prem deployment solution. So which means we will give you all the necessary files that you can install in your UC environment. So both work at Kurmi. Both deployment method exist at Kurmi. I think it's time to end this session. Thank you very much to attend this session. If you have other questions, if you want to get more details, just contact us or scan this QR code to request the demo directly from our website. We're happy to provide you a deep dive session or more detailed demo. Thank you again. Please be in good shape for this end of year, and see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.